Well, that was fun. Who can't be hyped with the Darkwing Duck thing? A Darkwing Duck theme. Wow, that was hard to say. Ah, that's so good. It's a good list of a bunch of 80s and 90s cartoon theme songs. That just makes me happy, gives me energy, gives me life. How's everybody doing today? What am I doing? Who am I? What is today? Today's Thursday, almost the end of the week. Hooray. Happy Thursday to any of you peoples who love that Thursday was apparently named for Thor back in the day. I don't know the full story, but that's interesting. Oh, coffee if you got it. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good day. I'm alive. Can't really complain too much. I can't see because my glasses are dirty. Eh, oh, oh, my arms are just too short to reach that. What am I doing today? Well, it's a good question. Trying to figure out something at the last minute because I didn't plan. Because, sometimes I don't plan. Sometimes I just do. So at the last minute, I had the thought. I've got a couple things laying around that I've not used that I had purchased. That now's a good time as any to mess with, right? So I've got these guys. These they're like a modeling, like clay and whatnot modeling tools, sculpting. But I'm going to be using it because they're silicone and metal, and I can use it with masking fluid. So I figure I can use that today, and I'll mask in the seeds for these strawberries, and then paint around them, and then peel those back once everything's dry, and then I can paint in the color of the seeds and make it look a little bit more realistic, right? So I've got these to the side. Um, Another thing I will try, but I think with a scratch paper, because I've never used it before, is this little like water brush thing. I've never used one like this before, so maybe I'll look up a video on how you're meant to use it. We'll see. But yeah, probably just a lot of that today. Let me scoot some of this to the side, get some paper towels laid out, just chill for a little bit. Oh, 2, 3 will do. We've got the paper towel action. We've got our palette on screen so you can see it. All right, not bad. I'm not planning on painting this whole outer border today. I'm just going to do probably the inside. So I'm not going to worry about taping it down. So yeah. What is this one? GoBots? I don't remember GoBots at all. What's GoBots? The hell? I have no idea what this is. Skipping it. Scooby-Doo. All right. I'll leave that in the background. Hey, goddess. Hey, goddess. Welcome in.
Intruder alert on deck 8.
Welcome, raiders. Always fun to get a raid. I don't think I've ever gotten a raid on this channel before. That's kind of fun. What am I doing today? I mentioned it earlier. It's a random day. I didn't plan obviously. So I'm just kind of doing whatever. So I'm going to use some of the stuff that I've been holding on to and not utilized. Um, I've still got this already traced like bowl of strawberries, like an AI generated bowl of strawberries that I traced a few weeks back. So I figure I'll like use it because it's just been sitting there. And it made me realize that I've got all these areas where the seeds are, and I know how I am. I'm probably going to fill those in accidentally. So I'm going to use my masking fluid to fill them in. But every time I use a brush, I ruin my brush. So I had bought these silicone and a metal ended sculpting tools, which after looking online, a lot of people like to use these because they've got the tips to be able to put masking fluid down, but they won't get ruined like the bristles of a brush will. So I'm going to give that a try. I don't know which one yet, but we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe one of these metal round ones. We'll figure it out as we go. And then maybe this little water brush I've never used before. I'll have to look up online how people typically use these, but I presume that you just fill the back with water, which I already did, and then you wet the tip with whatever color you're going to use and paint, and then it just keeps applying water to it, which sounds weird to me. So I might grab a scratch piece of paper and play with it, and if I don't like it, I'll just revert to my normal brushes. But I've got this to the side as well. And that's about it. Everything else is standard. So I'm not even going to tape this thing down because I don't plan on painting the whole border section, at least not right now. I'm just going to hit the strawberries in the bowl. So that's pretty much my plan for now. And then if that finishes early, we'll figure out something else to do. So let's hit it. First thing, I don't need to activate my paint just yet because I'm going to be a minute doing the masking fluid. So let's try doing that. Crack this open. See if there's any debris on the top. No, it's actually pretty clean. Oh, I think I cleaned it last time so that I wouldn't mess it up. There was a bunch of residue and they're all dried in, so I pulled it all out. Also, what are we going to do? These are silicone tips. These are silicone on one end and metal on the other. And when I bought this online, it came with both packs, which was pretty cool. It came like with all 10. I get the purpose is to use these to sculpt clay, but I don't think that's anything I'm ever going to do. But I'll use it for this if I figure it out. This one on the right looks like it's got a pointed tip, and so does this blue one on the far right. So I might use that. Let me try the blue one. Where's the open? Oh, here we go. The flap. Oh, interesting. The sharp? Nope. It's silicone. It's nice and rubber. Neat. Whoops. Let's scoot these over here. Let's see how it works. If it works. You know, I might need this closer to me because I'm going to just accidentally put this on the whole thing if I'm not careful. Oh yeah, it goes on the tip. Okay. Whoa. It was Denver the Last Dinosaur. Remember that? Denver the Last Dinosaur. He's my friend and a whole lot more. Interesting. Okay, well, I see the positive is going to be that they're easy to clean, but the negative is that you don't get a lot on there. But I guess it's kind of a good thing. You don't want to overdo it. But then I worry that I'm not getting enough on there. We'll see. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's interesting. I'm just gonna have to keep going back to it. I guess that's a good trade-off, right? Because otherwise it's just gonna be getting in bristles, and I don't want that, so let's just go with it for now. The problem is, I almost wish the masking fluid was a different color, because then I could see when I'm using it. because it's hard to tell since it's mostly white. Putting it on white paper kind of disappears. It's hard to tell when I've used it. I would have to have a light over in front of me or something facing me so I could see the reflection. I'm just going to go over it and assume that I'm hitting it, and then every like two or three seeds, if it doesn't look obviously wet, I'll reload, and then in a minute I'll go back over. I'll lift it up, and if it looks like there's any that I don't have anything on, I'll add some more. Anywho, well, I've got a lot more of these to do. How's everybody doing today? Everyone have a good day? Happy that we're getting close to the end of the week? Ready for a shorter work week next week, those of us that work and are able to be lucky enough to get the 4th of July off. I'm thankful. 4 days off, 4 days on, 3 days off at the end of next week. That'll be nice. I think I didn't get anything on that one. Whoop, that's way too much. I might have to scratch that off when it's dry and reapply. Danger Mouse. Suppose Danger Mouse was a thing. You had a great day? Hope I did too. Yeah, I mean, it was work. It is what it is. It wasn't bad. Thankfully, it was pretty slow, but race for another day. Let the music play. Down Fraggle Rock. I'm not gonna keep singing. I'm sure it's completely out of sync. I tried getting my audio to sync the other day, and it doesn't always want to play nice. Especially since the audio, the music is not going to be saved in the VOD or in YouTube. Like, why bother? I just wanted any time I am singing and yammering along with music that I'm not out of sync with it, because then it sounds even worse. But it's fine. I don't really care. Yeah, today was pretty quiet. I had one call with the vendor to try to troubleshoot something, and I had a feeling going in they weren't going to know any answers for what was going on. It's one of those issues going on that it could be us, it could be them. I did everything that I could in my power to prove that it wasn't us, and they're like, well, we think it's you. Thanks. Thanks, I appreciate. Thanks for wasting my time and likely charging us for the meeting. So whatever. It just means I've got more work to do next week. Whatever. Desert said, my brain never remembers holidays. I have gone to work and had them ask me why I was there. I think I've only done that once, where I came into work and they were like, didn't you know today's a holiday? And I'm like, yeah, for the world, but we break fix things. Like, like the business is here, so aren't I supposed to be here? And they're like, no, we'll worry about it if it becomes a problem. It's like, thanks for spreading the word. I didn't know. Inspector Gadget. Bum bum. And then GM said, having a good day and retirement means I'm off every day. Lucky you. One day. Or maybe never, because, even if I had started a 401k and like was smart about it when I was younger, I don't think I would have had enough to retire on. And now especially, there's no time to start saving. I wouldn't have any money for now for an unknown future. So I'm probably just going to work till the day I die. We'll see. The reality of my generation. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, don't have shelter power. In their green. Okay, I gotta stop singing. I think I'm hitting all of these, but we'll see. Oh yeah, this one really did go over. I'll let it dry and I'll go back and I'll fix that in a minute. Woohoo! One day retirement will be a thing. Of course, didn't I see that they raised the retirement age, so you have to work even longer now? I forget what to. Like, well, with longer lifespans, it's like only the rich can have longer lifespans, or they needed to be really healthy to begin with. Once you're at a certain point, there's no going back without money, and even then, might have overdone that. I think I coded the hell out of this tip. I'm gonna have to clean it off. Oh, well, at least it cleans off really nicely. It's the benefit of these rubber silicone tips. It cleans right off. Thunder, thunder, cats. Thunder, 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 cats. Excuse me, man. I I want to say I'm tired. I'm not tired. I'm just kind of feeling blah today. I don't know why. Just in general, I guess. No bad reason. Just one of those days. Just blah. This guy, this guy, and this guy. Who's this one? Oh, Power Rangers. All right. Well, I don't listen to them very often, but yes, I do like old cartoon theme songs. Some of them, just nostalgia, because I was also of a generation that was the best way to shut us up. Was shove us in front of a TV. And as a result, you kind of become nostalgic of the things that you watched nonstop. Or it's the same with anyone and any audiovisual things that they grew up with, right? And after all, they built these things to be catchy for a reason, right? Mainly to take your parents' money and then your money when you get older and are feeling nostalgic. I doubt they thought that far ahead. One more strawberry to go. Ah, what's this? Brave Star. Jeez. I don't even remember watching that, but I vaguely remember hearing it. Interesting. I mean, these are from the 80s, so they sound like it. Huh. It works in that it does what it's supposed to do, and it's easy to clean. I have no idea where I left off. We'll go there. That's gonna drip. Few more. Try to fix this one. All right. All right. Theme songs are getting old. What else can we do? Under uh, playlist. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For the theme songs, we can have a musical going. Here we go. Like a friend. Jeez, another one. Dude, got me three text messages today, spam ones of like the DOT. You owe us a fine. BS ones. Woof. Each day. Yeah, snag a scratch sheet of paper really quick. There we go. Gotta pay. Gotta pay. Last year's rent. Uh, uh, Oh. Excuse me. Um, okay, I get it, I think. So the little water pen, I filled the reservoir in the back with water, which you're supposed to do. When you need water, you squeeze it, and yeah, water is coming out of the sip now. Uh, I got like one little thread that's like sticking out more than the rest. Let me see if I can get it out. Next year's red, this year's red, next year's red. Okay. Oh, did I get it? No, I did not get it. We have to use scissors. Let me see. Not beautiful, but that worked. Yeah, there we go. Well, now I just pick up paint and play with it. So let's see what it looks like on a scratched piece of paper. I'm thinking of using this red for strawberries. Oh, I mean, it does what it says it does. I don't know if I like it, but it does it. Pick on another color. Yeah, it doesn't really clean up really well either. Pick on a blue. It's a thing. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I think it's going to be traditional brushes for me. Let's try one more color. Let's pick on a green. It says like you can squeeze the back of it to control how much water you want to come out, and all it really does is just vomit water everywhere. I'm sorry, that's a terrible word usage, but you get the idea. It's like you can just go back for more water. It's, gotta say, I have one of those, and I'm not crazy about it. But then there is someone in our art club who uses it and is a master. But then she's great at everything she touches. One of those, huh? Good for them. Seriously though, I mean, like everything's a tool, right? And as Adam Savage says, every tool's a hammer. So for me, it's like hammer, hammer, hammer. Like it doesn't really like I get it, but I don't get it. Clearly, it's one of those that needs more practice to figure out. and like maybe doing swatching with it is not really its strong suit, or I'm not its strong suit. I don't know. Like, do you use the same one for multiple colors, or do you tend to just use one for certain colors and just go back and forth? Like, I'm really curious what the design is meant to be. I'm probably gonna have to watch videos of someone using. I get it. Like, if I just scrub and I don't add water, like all brushes, it runs out eventually. And I imagine the idea is, well, it does seem to be kind of lasting. It's still coming out wet, but it's coming out clear. Okay, maybe that's the idea. Don't squeeze it. Maybe that's. Let's pick on another color. Let's pick something really vibrant. You know what color I'm thinking? Ooh, I was gonna say let's do indigo, but we cut that Payne's gray. But no, I'm gonna do indigo. Actually, I need to refill my indigo. It's getting kind of low right here. All right. So I'm not adding any new water from it. I'm just taking what was in the pan and I'm just gonna see if it will thin out on its own. I mean, I can't do that with a regular brush. I didn't squeeze it at all. It just kind of kept going and thinned out. Okay, I might get it. Okay, no, it's starting to kind of fizzle out, but it's transparent. No, it's coming out wet still. It's just transparent. Okay, I'm kind of getting it. Okay, throw caution to the wind. We're gonna try it. Well, I guess now I can figure out colors, right? Well, strawberries are red, right? So, what about this other red? I don't have it in front of me. I've got my swatches over there, and it's behind the clipboard. So this is the other red I've got up there. That's more strawberry. Oh yeah, that was like blended strawberries. Huh. Okay. Okay. If I do the same color down here without adding any additional water. So it definitely runs out of water, that is. But I'm used to going back and getting more, but you can get better consistency probably with these. So, but that's only useful if you're trying to run out of pigment and keep a consistent gradient. But that's not really what I'm doing with strawberries, right? But I can keep going back to it. But that's not really what I'm trying to do with this. My purpose is I'm gonna grab another palette and I'm gonna well I'll just probably use this one. I'll just mix myself a well of a certain color and a quantity of it to use. I don't really need to go from buttery to like tea to use terminology that everybody else uses. Yeah, I think I'll use my regular brush for this. This is interesting. It's neat to see how it works. Let me put the cap back on. Okay. All right. For me. My way. Itself to death. Today for you, tomorrow for me, today for you, tomorrow for me. Sweet and doggy hell. Today for you. The Tango Maureen. Tango. Sure. Mhm. Okay. Nope. It goes that way. Another day, another day. There is no future, there is no past. All right. Always one of my favorite songs from that. Okay. I'm going to let the red dry a little bit, and then I think I'm going to hit it with some shadows on the bottom side where it's in the under part of the bowl, but leave the brighter part on top, I think. We'll see. I just love this color. Green gold. When you use it really lightly, it has a really like gold color, but when you go dark with it, it turns a really pretty green color. It's really interesting. Excuse me. God, getting nasally. Okay. America. Okay. Mhm. Just They're looking kind of strawberry-like. Hi there, Divine Living Light. Welcome in. Just hanging out, painting some strawberries, listening to the Rent musical. I do for the outside. Hmm. Yeah, it's sometimes very weird music, but it is. Yeah, it's from the musical Rent, the movie version of it, which weirdly has a lot of the same people that were on Broadway for one version. It is weird, but it's got a good message. Mm. Yeah. Someday, every night. Oh, hear me. Yeah, I really can't sing along with it because it's going to be way out of sync. So just enjoy. It's a great song. Hmm. Thank you, Desert. Yeah, I like how they're coming out. Here's Pookie. Hi, RT Chickadee. Welcome in. I love your message. You're very welcome. It's been a while since I've heard the Ren soundtrack. Jeez. There is no time. When there's no something is on. One day, but today. Ugh, I'm not crying. That is one hell of a show. Ah, I mean, nothing can top that tonight, so I'm not going to try to play any more music. I'm almost afraid to darken this, but I think, here, you know what? I already did the white pen. I'm going to just use something darker, I think. Woo. On you, man. That show just gets you. Yeah, right, Artsy? Seriously, such a good show. Um, okay. Let's no, don't cause disaster just because you're feeling it. All right. You saw Rent on Broadway with Joey Fatone in the role of Mark. Wow. I have yet to ever see a Broadway show. I'd like to sometime. I'm not as, artsy fartsy in that area as much as I probably should be. But who's to say what I should and shouldn't be? To be fair, it's just, I do love musical things. Not everything, but some stuff I really, really enjoy. All the obvious ones. Not always all the well known ones, but, you know, I come across them sometimes and I give them a shot, and then I'm just like, it was so good. That's true. I do live on the other side of the country. But, I mean, if something was desperately amazing enough to be something I want to see, I think I would be willing to travel for it. It's just not like I'm not going to lay down my life and die for it because I have to go see it. Someday, if we're over on that side of the country, we have the money, and something is showing, and it won't break the bank to go see it, I will absolutely take that one and only opportunity to take advantage of it. Seriously, like, I have to blow my nose in a minute. Wet this down a little bit. I'm just going to darken up the area inside the bowl and under the strawberries one more time just to get them just a tiny bit darker. And it's like deathly silent with no music playing now. Next time I'll find some other musical. Ooh, maybe we'll do like The Wizard of Oz. Not even do musical, just do like a movie with music. I guess you can call Wizard of Oz a musical. Just play all the music from it. That would be a good one. Or Wicked. Oh God, don't get me started on Wicked. I still have yet to see the new movie they did. I'll have to find that. I don't want to darken the whole strawberry. I think I just want to get like the bottom portion just to get a really dark section. And then call it quits before I cause more damage. You lived there for a minute? Like New York area? Heck yeah. I've never lived in New York. I lived in Massachusetts, but I mean, that's close, but not there. Excuse me, gosh. It may not be Broadway, but they do some musical shows out here. But I've never thought to go watch any. I mean, it's never been like the thing I need, like the thing I want to see. I don't even do like concerts or anything like that. Probably because I don't want to be deafened, but at the same time, I listen to my music at home, in the car, so I don't know. It's something to consider in the future. These look really good, by the way. Thank you. I have never done fruit or anything like that before. The thing that saved this, if anything, was getting the image to trace on my lightbox to even do this. I don't know shadows or any of that well at all. I'm just faking it, like really faking it right now. So thank you. I absolutely appreciate that. Yeah, fully, fully, fully faking it. Like normally I need like a reference to be able to figure out shadows and all that off of something someone else has already done or taken the picture of. So this may not be accurate representation of how shadows are meant to work, but I'm just kind of having fun with it. Such a good show, Rent. Ugh, definitely a tearjerker, that's for sure. Quit while you're ahead. All right, I can do that. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm happy with that. It's a little curved, but I'll flatten it out later. Yeah. You used to be in theater? Really? What'd you do? I don't want to call you out or anything. Acting, stagehand, I mean, anything is wonderful. It doesn't matter how big or small. They're all no small parts, only small people, right? And yes, we are all faking it. Faking it to make it. Bend back. See, it wouldn't have bent at all if I hadn't wet down the whole outer area. It was actually staying pretty flat until I did that. But it's okay. It'll straighten out more, I think, if I put it in a portfolio or under a book or something. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that. Yeah, let's sign it. Just spray the back with water. Does it actually work? I actually wondered about that. If like doing an even coating of water on the back would actually straighten it, or will it just make it warp even worse? It helps, yeah. The one thing I've seen that I've never done before is um, wetting and then stretching the paper before you paint on it. I'm guessing wet, stretch, dry, then paint. But like store bought, regular from a pad paper, would that work? I really don't know. And oh, scenic design, painting, and props. That's amazing. That's super fun. How neat. I was never an artsy kid, or I never let the artsy kid out. I think I've mentioned it like one of the first times I ever did anything artsy in school when I was a kid was I did this painting, watercolor, ironically, at the time. Uh, a watercolor of ships of the desert, and it was camels with boat sails on their back in the desert. And I did all kinds of like pretty, like colorful, multicolored sky. It had glitter on it, and like I decked it out, right? Was super proud of it. Got it home, had it in my room so that I could show it to my mom when she got home. And when she got home, we went in there to get it, and the dog had gotten in there and had just utterly destroyed it. And I was heartbroken and didn't really go back to art after that until like a year ago when I started watercoloring. So, what a time away. I don't want to say that it ruined me for art, but it's just it wasn't in my wheelhouse, and I wasn't going to just keep doing it for no good reason. So let me sign it. Ria, let's see. Keep the paper on the block until you're done. Yes. Well, when I have a block, this was on a pad, and I pulled it off to put on a light box to trace, and it's been sitting over on the side there for a few weeks now. So I thought, hey, let's utilize it today, right? So that's why I snagged it and thought to use it because it was just there. I didn't have a plan for today, hence the title Random Day. I just kind of grabbed what I had near me and played with it, and it worked out. I should do more random days where I don't do anything or don't plan anything and just magic happens. I don't want to call this magic. Something happened today. Uh, hey, I got to play around with stuff that I hadn't really messed with before. I got to use some tools that I've been holding on to. I got to listen to some amazing music. I got to talk to some new fun people. I mean, it's a good day. Where am I at for time? 2:15? Yeah, I could probably go ahead and stop here in a moment, I think, and probably eat something. But yeah, this was fun. And actually that water brush surprisingly worked better than I thought it would. Um I am going to come back to it. I think I'm going to watch some people use these and figure out how to utilize it the best. Because just playing with it here, I mean, it seems to give more water, more hydration to the brush for longer than just using one of my regular brushes. So if I really do want to keep water in the brush without going back for more, this is a really good tool for that. I bet it would be really good for swatching. Oh, they're great for travel? Yeah, I bet they would be really good for travel because you can kind of just preload them with water and not have to bring much with, except maybe to rinse with. I see that. And just for portability. Yeah, I get that. That's cool. I'll find a good use for it for one of the next streams, and we'll play with it. Ooh, I wonder how it would do for trees. I always have trouble with trees where I run out of water and then it gets really uneven. I might play with that. We'll see. Um, but yeah, here for travel. Got us. Have a great night. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You too. Fill them on the plane. Oh, Desert said you keep one for travel. Exactly. Plane air stuff. Oh, well, I'm easy. I don't travel anywhere. I'm boring. I don't ever fly. But if I ever do, oh, I'll go back to desert. The stretching thing is supposed to work, but I'm too lazy to do anything like that. So wet the back and towel, then weigh it down with books. Works for me. Really? I would probably want to experiment with that. I mean, because I mainly like doing space and nebula type things, and that wets nearly the whole surface of the paper, and it always warps to some degree. Taping it down keeps it pretty well covered, especially when I'm using a block or I tape it to the pad. But yeah, I can see wetting it both sides, stretching it a little bit, or just maybe layering it between things. I've got this. I can't pull it up here right now because it's gigantic, but I don't know if you can hear it. I've got this giant wooden cutting board that I repurposed when I needed a big flat thing to tape to. I could always wet paper down thoroughly and then set it here on this silicone mat and put the block on top of it and leave it overnight. Then come back and check it and see if that helped it a little bit. That'll be interesting. I'll experiment with that and see how that goes. But all right, that's it. I'm going to stop. I have a tendency to yammer and ramble if I just don't have an aim. I become aimless. So I'm going to stop there while I can. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I say let's go look for somebody to raid. Let me see if there's anybody on, and if you know anybody, let me know in chat if they're online, and I'll just send to them. But let me look. And in the meantime, let me do all the shout outs. Oh yeah, so all the people I have shouted out have in some way or process have streamed that I'm aware of, especially Goddess Whisper. She does crafting primarily with crochet with yarn. I call her the Yarnomancer because of it. Please check her out. She's also started dipping her toes into the lake known as watercoloring, so please check that out too and see how she grows with that. Desert Dragon Lover is a master watercolorist. She does an amazing job. So if you have not seen her, please check out her stream. She's amazing as well. And aside from that, everybody else, have a great night. Let's go ahead and find a person to raid into. Let's do this. Whoa, that was ugly. Anyone watercoloring? That's fun. Bubble Fight Club? That's interesting. What a neat name. Let's give them a shot. Raid. Search. Bubble Fight Club. Do I know what they're doing? No, but they are on. Oh, using a Cricut machine and 3D printing. That's cool. Yeah, let's go on over and say hi to them. Bubble Fight Club. All right, guys. Raid should be going through in about 10 seconds. Have a great night. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. My name is Bear. I am Barely Watercoloring, and I'm out of here. I'll be back on Monday with more fun random BS. All right, have a good night. Bye.